Okay, so the meat of the story is going to come now. The last 2 days were us moving. So it was great because we had all of our stuff packed and shipped. We got to see our family for the last time for a while, I guess. And then, yeah, we were off. All right, so we finished packing and it literally was a lot. It was so much. I'm so tired. But this is my luggage, all nice and pretty. And then his is here and there. So we are set to go. I'm really excited. I mean, this is gonna be my very first time out of the country, and I'm gonna be living out of the country, so I think that this is like crazy. This is just, I have no words. I'm really excited. Nervous, of course, but excited to see the next chapter of my life and our life together and how it unfolds in Morocco. So yeah, I have no words. I'm just so thankful for life right now. It's great. So we actually had to travel all the way to Dulles Airport. Dulles is pretty cool. I've never been there before. But it's cool because it's very international. This is one of the airports that does like the majority of international flights out of America. We flew Air France, and just knowing that was kind of crazy because right away, right at the desk, they were speaking French. I at least have some knowledge of French. I knew we were coming, so I just was like, you know, I need to make sure that I learn a little bit of the language and all that good stuff. So that's what I did. So that was very helpful because right when we got there, people were speaking French, and that was a lot. One thing that actually happened was that our bags were all overweight. All of our bags were overweight, which means that when your bags are even like a pound overweight, they automatically charge you $100. We really couldn't do anything about it because I mentioned we packed out previously in the beginning of the month, so everything that we packed in our suitcases was so necessary because we weren't, where were we going to put everything? So we were dealing with that, and yeah, it was a mess. Okay, so we had to consolidate because things are overweight, so we're over here trying to figure out what to pack, and like underwear is falling out and it's just so ridiculous. I feel like we've been here for an hour already and we just like created a brand new bag. Like, it's ridiculous. And he's over there trying to negotiate with the people. It's like, it's so crazy right now. And everything is like heavy, so that's my carry-on and it's heavy. Oh my gosh. And he actually, let me zoom in. He actually just put on extra shirts so that we had more room in our bags so they wouldn't be overweight. And I might have to put on some sweaters, and it's like 90 degrees. In the airport, it's really hot. I went through security, which was a breeze because there was nobody in the airport. Our flight left at around 9-ish or so. We went through security around 8 and there were no lines and it was just perfect. We got on the train and that was pretty cool. Being at an airport that you've never been to before really makes you like super excited for where you're gonna go because it's all brand new, and that's how I felt never being out of the country like I am now. Everything was just so cool and so brand new. So we waited for our flight and we actually made perfect time. Everything worked out smoothly. We weren't at the airport too early and we weren't at the airport too late to where we were rushing. We had just enough time just to chill, take a breather before we got on the plane, and yeah, it all worked out so perfectly. Why didn't you all tell me that my hair was crazy? It was like sticking up in the back. And anyways, so this is my travel hair for today because it needs to be washed so badly. I've been in Denver for the past week and I was gonna wash my hair and do Senegalese twists, but I got lazy and I've just been wearing buns for like a week now, and yeah, it's really dirty, so it just keeps like doing its own thing now and sticking up all over the place. But yeah, that's life. That's my travel hair. And my outfit looks like this. I'm wearing just this really cute shirt with the sweater and athletic pants, and the shirt is horrible. It's cute, but it's horrible because it keeps popping open, so like my boobs keep showing, which is bad, and the bottom of the shirt keeps opening too. So yeah, I wish I had another shirt to put on because yeah, I just want to change. But with our little mishap, we ended up putting all of those clothes for under the plane versus as a carry-on. So now I just have this to wear. So hopefully it stays closed, because that would be crazy. So yeah, I'm really excited. Gautier went to the bathroom, so we should be back. And then we're gonna walk around and look at the airport. It's pretty empty right now, but yeah, I'm really excited. I'm so excited. I just want to go. I just want to eat. I'm really hungry, so I'm gonna go find some food to eat. Walking into the plane and seeing that they already had things like laid out for you, like a blanket and a pillow, and that it was just, the atmosphere was amazing, was so cool. And it was funny because the flight was kind of full, but there were enough seats to where a lot of people actually had a seat next to them or like in the middle. So if you had the aisle seat or a window seat, you probably had the middle seat open, and so that was the case for us actually. So the person sitting next to me decided to move, so we have an extra seat here, and yeah, it's gonna be nice with all of this space, and I'm sitting here. I joked with my mom when I told her this particular part of the story that, you know, being sort of newlyweds still, my husband and I, we could totally have taken advantage of not having that extra person and gotten all cozy and cuddly, but we're crazy. We were just like, you know what, it would be great if we could leave that middle seat open so we could put our snacks, and we could just, like, if we want to lay our feet down or whatever. So we actually kept that middle row, that middle seat, sorry, we kept that middle seat open for the flight. And it was really, really nice. I mean, you know, we did kind of move just to lay our heads on each other every once in a while, and just to switch it up a little bit because the flight was 6.5 hours to Paris. But it was just really nice. I mean, you get lucky when you have an open seat next to you, so it's a privilege. So on the flight, the food was amazing, and I never had airplane food before. I actually was kind of nervous about that because, I don't know, it just reminds me of like space or something. Like, how do you cook airplane food and make it taste good? But it was good, and the hospitality, I guess customer service or whatever you call it, of this airline was amazing. I definitely recommend that you fly Air France if you can, because they treated us very nicely and the amenities were great. And we also had movies on the flight, and they were new movies. Some of them were like just come out, and that was really nice. And then some old movies and shows and music, and it was just nice. And I definitely recommend that airline if you ever do international travel this way, this part of the world. We ended up going to the CDG airport in Paris. That's where we had our connecting flight. It was oddly big, and we also had to take a train to get to our terminal. And one thing I do think is weird about the airport is how even if you get off a plane, you still have to get yourself checked again. So you had to go through security again, even though you just got off a plane. But I get it, security reasons, and just, you know, high threat levels or whatever might be the case. But anyways, it was cool. Definitely an experience to see something so different but also similar. If they weren't speaking French, and if things weren't written in French, you know, they were still translated in English, but if I didn't see the French elements, I would definitely think I was still in an airport in America. So that was nice. It, you know, made me a little more relaxed because I wasn't like super culturally shocked. So that was interesting, and that was pretty cool. Okay, so then we caught our connecting flight, and that was our flight to Morocco, and it was I think it was like 2 hours or something like that, 2 or 3 hours. It was not very long, and it was a nice flight. It was another Air France flight, but it was smaller for sure. Yeah, it was pretty cool. We also got food on that flight as well, and I'll insert a picture because I just thought it was so cute how they had it laid out, and it was delicious. I was very pleasantly surprised at how good that food was as well. The plane was a lot smaller, but we got lucky again because we didn't have an extra person sitting with us. I don't know what happened with that person. The flight was supposed to be full, but I'm not complaining. And we did sit together in this last flight, but we were so tired. We couldn't keep our eyes open. Like, it was just so bad. And the food came maybe about an hour into the flight, and it was just like, our eyes were just like, oh, merci. Like, you know, we took the food, said thank you, and ate a little bit, and that was about it. We knocked back out, and it was just crazy. But on this flight, actually, the flight attendants spoke a lot more French. They still translated. It was more of like you had to ask for them to translate French to you, so that was really interesting. But the flight was cool. It wasn't as smooth as the first flight. We had a lot of turbulence, and we had a baby on this flight. She wasn't even a baby. She was like 2, and she was crying like a baby. It was a lot, but I was so tired, and he was so tired. We just slept, so we got lucky with like just being able to sleep through a flight like that, and we had good food, so I couldn't complain. It was pretty cool. And then we arrived in Morocco, and we had one of his colleagues actually pick us up, so that was cool to meet you know, somebody that he's gonna work with, and he was really cool. He drove us around and just told us about certain landmarks and things like that around where we'll be living. And then we got into our area, our little villa kind of area, and yeah, we're here. Last night we walked around. We did go to a restaurant, and we had some interesting food. I had a salad because I just needed my stomach to just chill for a little bit because it was feeling very queasy. I get car sick like crazy and motion sick like crazy, so that turbulence on the last flight and then the car ride here was a lot, and then my ears were clogged, so that didn't help either. But yeah, we walked around, we got a few grocery pieces, like some eggs and milk and some cereal. And I think that we're actually gonna go out and get some more groceries in a little bit. I mean, I'll be honest with you, today I just stayed inside because I'm having a little bit of culture shock, and just a first time traveling out of the country shock. Like, this is just different to me. Everything is different. I'm looking out the window and I'm just like, everything is different. I mean, there are palm trees. I come from Colorado. We don't have palm trees. I just wanted to share that with you all, and be honest with you all about life, what it's like to travel outside of the United States for the first time if you haven't. I know that a lot of people travel. I know a lot of people travel, and a lot of people are just so adventurous, but then there are a lot of people that aren't or don't have the means to do so. And so I want to definitely share my experiences with everybody. I hope to kind of make these type of videos ones where you can maybe live vicariously through what I'm doing, and maybe get ideas and some courage to travel for yourself, because you know, it can be wonderful. I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm missing home already. I'm a little homesick, but I've only been here for a couple days, so I know that things will get better. We will hopefully be doing a lot of sightseeing and traveling, maybe to some beaches, to some neighboring cities and things like that. So I look forward to all of that, and I will get used to the traffic and all of the beeping. That is life, and I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope to make more of these in the future and to just showcase where we go, if we stay in Morocco for some of the trips or if we go out of the country, because being in Morocco means that we have access to so many more places, and we could definitely do some more traveling. I want to go back to Paris, France, because that has been my goal travel place since I was little. I want to see the Eiffel Tower and be that kind of a tourist, so I definitely will go back there, use some of my French there, and definitely get some practice with French here because a lot of people are speaking French, and so that'll help me practice. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to rate this video, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you can be notified for all my future videos.